Thank you. So, yeah, if we start on A, then I can say always, the word always. So then you have to come up with a word beginning with B, which makes sense to come after it. And then I come up with C, B, E, and we go for as long as we can until it doesn't make sense. Or we come to a natural stop. Okay, so I've just got an example. A, B, C, D, E, F. So I've written always before Colin, Dan eats fish. So that doesn't really make sense, but then when you put a comma after Dan, it does make sense. So you have to think about what punctuation you could use as well to make this all make sense. It's difficult, I know it sounds difficult, but trust me, when you get into it, you will start to get it. All right. So we'll start on the letter C. Okay, so we'll start on C. So you can give me a name beginning with C, any word you think of beginning with C to start a sentence. Kara. No, it has to make sense. It has to be a word. So any word beginning with C to start off a sentence. So it could be a name.
Cat.
Cat. Perfect. Okay. Cat. So this can be a name or the animal. So we could say cat, or if you want to, I can use the plural and say cats. So you can stick a plural on if it helps. So cats, definitely. Okay, cats, definitely. So think of a word beginning with E, a descriptive word beginning with E.
Eat.
Brilliant, perfect. Cats definitely eat fish. Cats definitely eat fish. Okay, the next word is G. Begins with G. Cats definitely eat fish. Good start. Okay, do you think we can carry on from there? Or do you think we should, yeah, so you think we could end it there? Okay. Cats definitely eat fish. Good. I can't think of a word beginning with G to carry on from that. So I would say, yeah, that's quite a natural stopping point. So we could stop. So the next letter we can start with is K. Okay, K. I'll start. I can start. Karate. Karate. Beginning with L.
Let.
Oh, almost. Look.
Look.
Good. Karate. Looks. Many.
Name.
Karate looks many name. And let me help you out. I'll come up with a better word before you. Can you see how me using many basically means that you cannot come up with a word after? Because it doesn't make sense. Karate has many. You could say people, but that's P. You know, it doesn't really work. The only word that I can think of is possibly numbers. But again, there is a way that we could do it. Okay. So let's say the N is numbers. Okay. It's really the only word that can come after it where it will make sense. Okay. So karate. I'm going to change looks to likes. Many numbers. Oh, sorry. Karate likes many numbers. So, O. Let's think of an O word. A link word. Yes, brilliant. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Numbers of, and then a word beginning with P.
People.
Brilliant. Okay. Karate likes many numbers of people. Okay, the next word is Q. Okay, so it begins with Q. Right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a comma after people. So karate likes many numbers of people. Okay, so the next word has to begin with a Q, but it could be the start of something else because I put the comma. So it doesn't have to make exact sense after people.
Queen.
Okay. Queen. Okay. Karate likes many numbers of people. Queen, and then I can say Rebecca because it's a name I can think of beginning with R. Oh, God, hold on a second. Yeah, so S.
Set.
Okay, Queen Rebecca, set. Them. Beginning with you.
Up.
Good. Okay, right. Don't get me wrong. These sentences aren't anything you would use in the English language. Okay, they're not. They're crazy. Right, but what it's doing is it's making you rack your brains for the right word, the right word, the right word, the right word. I need to come up with the right word, the right word. Exactly what you do in conversation. But usually you can not remember 1 in 50 words. But this time you have to think of every word. Every word is like that. That's why I love stuff like this, because it really makes you think. It really does, and it's very difficult. Right, so again, karate likes many numbers of people. Queen Rebecca set them up. Makes absolutely no sense, but it's not bad. It's good. It's good. You've done a great job of it. Okay, so let's do it again. Right, so now I want to start from the letter. Let's go with F. So let's start with the F. Okay, I'm going to start this time. Okay, and the first word I'm going to use is forget. Forget.
Jean.
Jean. Like G. Well, Jean, the name. Are you talking about a name? The name Jean. It's begin with a G, usually, but in England we spell it with a J. So I'm not going to put that, because Jean in England's Jean, not Gene.
Girl.
Girl. Oh, can you say that again, Lita?
Girl.
Girls. Okay. Forget girls, I'll put. Right, so forget girls. That's a statement in itself. So we can put a comma after that. Okay. Forget girls. Right, so now it begins with H. I'm going to put he.
Is.
Good. He is Hij. Just K.
Keep.
He's just keep.
Keep.
A little bit more to make sense. A little bit more to make sense. Keep. Present tense.
Keep.
keeping. Sorry, I was desperate for you to get it. He's just keeping lots. Oh, hold on. He's just keeping. He's just keeping. Oh, he's just keep. Look out. Forget girls. He's just keeping lookout. Can we carry it on? Begins with M. So he's keeping lookout.
Money.
I would end it. I'd finish the sentence there. I would say that's okay and we don't need to go anymore. So forget girls. He's just keeping lookout. That actually makes complete and total sense. That is a sentence that someone might actually say. See, we're getting better. It's good. All right. So we're going to start from the beginning. Okay. We're going to go A, B, C, and we're going to see how far we can go. Okay. I'll start easily. I'll start with A, as in A. Okay.
Big.
Big. Car.
Drive.
Drives. A big car drives easily. Okay, that's a sentence. That's a sentence. A big car drives easily. If something drives easily, it means it's very smooth to drive. There's not many bumps. Okay, good. Right, so let's see if we can connect it to it. I'm going to put a comma. A big car drives easily. So F.
4.
Good. 4. Let's think. Oh, okay. We'll remove the comma. Okay. And I'm going to write girls. Okay. A big car drives easily for girls. Means girls can drive big cars easier. Yeah? Easy. Good. Right. So now let's go to the next sentence. H. It can be to do with cars if you can. Try and keep it to do with cars. We've got a subject. Let's try and stick to it. Driving, cars, or girls. You can link to any one of them 3.
Highly.
Ooh, highly. Okay. Trying to make me struggle here. Thank you. Highly intelligent. J. Okay.
Just.
Highly intelligent. Just. Highly intelligent. Just. Oh, see, you've made me struggle here. This is tough. Highly intelligent. Just. See, I can't use keeping again because I've used keeping. I've used karate. I've always get K. Oh, kicking. Highly intelligent, just kicking.
Little.
Good. Men.
Not.
Huh?
Not.
Highly intelligent, just kicking little men, not others. There you go. Good. Right, so the next one begins with P.
People.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, all right, I'll let you have it again. Okay. People. Right, I'm going to use a word that is incredibly long. Okay. I'm sorry about this, but we're going to teach you to spell it, and then I'm going to teach you the exact definition, which I am going to look up just to be 1,000,000% certain of it. Okay, because it is a word that we do use, but it's a word that many people use wrong. Okay, so quintessentially is the perfect thing. Okay, it's the perfect example. So people quintessentially, so perfect people. Okay, the example of perfect people. That's what that is. Okay, so quintessential or quintessentially is representing the most perfect people. Okay, good. Right, so people quintessentially, so perfect people, basically.
Use.
Okay, good. R, it's R. Did you say use?
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you are you know your alphabet.
Yeah.
Right, so when you're saying people quintessentially, what that means is if you think of it as the perfect people, and then you can carry on. Okay, if you're struggling with the meaning.
Rest.
Good, okay. Rest. Several.
Time.
Good, brilliant. Rest several times. All right, let me try and help you. Under. The. What? Think of a main word that begins with the one that you'd use the most. Mark.
Very.
Yeah, very. Okay. People quintessentially rest several times under very wooded. Oh, no, hold on. Because we don't use X and we don't use Z in this because they're too difficult to use. Okay, so we go from W to Y. Okay, so we've got two more to get. People quintessentially rest several times under very wooden. Okay, so something beginning with Y. A place or a thing beginning with Y.
Yard.
Oh, yard. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Under a very wooden yard doesn't quite make sense. Think of something that travels on water. Not a boat. Not a ship.
Yacht.
Brilliant. Well done. A yacht. Excellent. Right. I'm going to teach you how to pronounce that as well. Right. So well done. We went through the alphabet. Right. So this is actually spelled Y-A-C-H-T. But if you pronounce it Y-O-T, that's it. Just the yacht. Yeah, there's no CH sound in it. Brilliant. Good. Right, so that is it for that part. Right, so I want to get you speaking a bit more because you've not said much yet. So we're going to do admissions questions because, like I said, you're going to do this all the time. You're going to keep doing it. We didn't get a chance last week, so we're going to do it this week. Okay. University admissions questions. We've done this on the first lesson. So I want to do it again. Okay. Right. You know what needs to be said. You need to answer about 30 seconds at least for each question. I am willing to send you the questions to prepare before, but if you feel like you can, I would just like to ask you them and then you can answer straight away. But if you want to prepare, you can. How do you feel? Do you feel confident that you can answer them? There's 8 questions.
No.
You don't feel confident. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'll give you one question to begin with. Okay, see how you do with that, and then after that, we'll see whether you need 1 minute or not. Right, so I'll let you have a minute now. You can prepare. Okay, the first question is, well, the first statement is, I want you to describe yourself in 3 words. Okay, I want you to describe yourself in 3 words. If I bring this up, does it stop the record? Does that come up over the recording? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It does, okay. I'll keep it going. I'll keep it over here then. There you go. Yeah, I just don't want
No, it's one. Unless you share the screen.
Okay. Right, are you ready? So, Lita, could you please describe yourself in 3 words?
The first word is...
Right, hold on. Right. First things first. Never start with never. Ever. Right? Take, right? Say in your head your first sentence, okay? Say it in your head. Just the first sentence. You don't need to know everything, right? But say it in your head 2 or 3 times before you say it out loud. Do not start by saying Remember, think about it 2 or 3 times and then say it, because that first sentence is the most important. Honestly, if there is one piece of advice I'll give you, is this. Don't respond straight away to any question. Just take 2 times in your head. It will take seconds to come up with the answer, know what you're going to say before you open your mouth, because is the one thing that every person interviewing does not want to hear. Okay? Right, that's it. Sorry, I had to say that. Because you're brilliant at English, you don't need to say Some people do, you don't. Right, so I'm going to ask again. Lita, could you please describe yourself in 3 words?
The first word for me is shy, because when I be with stranger, I feel really not comfortable. The second word is polite, because what we want people to do with you, you have to do the same thing to them. So I want people to be polite to me, so I polite to them. And the last word is kind, because I want to help many people as I can.
Good, good. Do you know what? That's actually a really good answer. Well thought out, brilliant, definitely. Excellent, that was. That's one that we can use. Okay, really good. So, next question. Okay, we're going to do the same as that because that was really good. Okay, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Right, so are you ready? Okay, right, so where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself as a doctor in the countryside, help many poor people, put them cheer up, and want to live longer life.
Okay, right, so what you're doing is brilliant and what you're saying is excellent. But what I would ask you to do, because you've got to remember, this is what we're really doing here is we're practicing whether you would have, I don't know if you have them in Thailand, but a university admissions interview. You might have them, you might not, but a lot of, or either a job interview. That's what we sort of plan with these exercises. So what you've done is you've put an excellent amount of information in such a small amount of words. Yes, that is brilliant. And most people will know that that makes you better at English than 90% of people that go in there. But you also need to make sure that when you need to, that you stretch out the information. Okay, so I want you to answer that question exactly the same, but try and add more information to it. Okay, so you've said, I want to be a doctor. Okay, so you can add to that, because I would have finished medical school 5 years before. Yeah, just add a time period to it. And then I want to work in the countryside because I've lived in the city my whole life and I want to help the people in the countryside when I travel through. You know, add more to it, because at the end of the day, you are selling yourself. Every interview, you sell yourself. So make sure you do it properly. Okay, so right, one more time, do it again. Without practice. Ready? So, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Can I have time to prepare?
Okay, right. I'll give you 30 seconds to prepare. Have a pen, babe. I'll just be 1 second later. I've just got to grab a pen so I can write down some notes. Wait. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Okay, right. Are you ready now? You
I
have
feel
to.
like I don't know what to say.
Right, so this is a problem with many Thai people. That's why we get a lot of people wanting the interview help specifically that we offer. Do you know what it is? It's confidence, and it's not knowing how good you really are. That's what it really is. It's not that you don't know, you do know, but you have trouble telling people why they should want you. People in Thailand can sell phones and they can sell clothes and they can sell anything, but they struggle to sell themselves. I don't know why. Giffy's the same. You know, you're both incredibly intelligent girls. You speak brilliant English. So sell yourself. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You will be a doctor. There is no doubt. You will be a doctor. You will do these things. Trust me, I've taught quite a few people. You can do anything you want. You know, you really can. So believe it. Right, so no more time to prepare. Questions coming now. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Your first
As you
answer was
see,
brilliant. Your first answer was brilliant. Just stretch it out. That's it. Honestly.
as you see, many poor people have a really low quality of life. They can't access the health care or something else.
Good. No, that's good. Keep going. Keep going. That's good.
So I see this point when I was a children, just in the primary school. I see this problem in Thailand, so I want to be a doctor since that time. What I see in 10 years next, I see myself as a doctor in the countryside and help many poor people to have more quality of life, better quality of life, and put them cheer up and want to have
better access. So they can get to medical care easier. Yeah, so you would say they have better access, ACCESS, to medical care. Good.
I don't know.
That's okay. Just say that last bit again. That's fine.
To help many poor people get better access to medical health care.
Good.
And not just better in health care, I want them to get a better quality of life, and I will support it if I can.
Brilliant.
Make them want to have longer life than they just once before.
Excellent. Brilliant answer. Excellent. Well done. Really good. Okay. We'll go to another one now. What do you like to do in your spare time? Simple question. You'll get it at every interview that you ever go to. Do you know what? With this question, I actually have an answer that I use in every interview. It's a lie because it's not true, but I use the same answer in every interview. If you ask my wife, half of the things I say, I don't like. But it's how you try and come across to people. I always say one of my hobbies is exercise. Well, Giffy will tell you I never exercise. Right, you don't need too long to do this. I'll give you another 1 minute and then I want your answer. Okay, you ready? You got to remember, in interviews, you don't get time to prepare. That's why I'll let you prepare because, you know, it'll be a while before we're doing the interview. So, but usually I'm quite lenient with you. I let you get away with it. But usually I wouldn't let anybody, I wouldn't let people prepare. Okay, I'm going to write that down actually. Prep time needed. Okay. Right. So, please, what do you do in your spare time?
I really like to read books because if I can be a doctor, I will have much more knowledge and can help people who come to me with disease really gets better. As you see, many doctors don't have much knowledge, and then like just that.
Keep going. It's a really good point you're making. It's a really good point. Try and follow it through. If not, I'll help. You struggling? I know exactly what you're trying to say. Don't worry. Okay, just try and say it in another way if you can.
Like analyze the disease.
Yeah.
they will analyze the disease not correctly, and then they give advice just to get the money from them, so they can't get a better health as they want.
Brilliant. Okay, so what else do you like to do in your spare time?
Exercise.
Yeah, all right.
Because if I do exercise really well, I can teach other people to do like me. They can get a better health.
Good. Okay, yeah, keep going. One more. Read, exercise, and
Plant. Because
plant. Flowers. Oh,
yes.
Oh, okay, right. So let me tell you, that is called, we call that, I don't know if you know this actually, we call that gardening. Gardening. Yeah. So if you plant plants or stuff like that, we actually call it gardening. So like the garden with ing on the end. Don't know why. Makes no sense. You know, it's like being in the bedroom calling it bedding. It just doesn't make much sense. But hey, that's English. Oh, right. So one thing you said last time, you said not correctly. Not correctly, you shouldn't use actually. You should use the word incorrectly. You use not correctly, incorrectly. There you go. Okay. Right, good. Next question. I'm going to do one more question, then we're going to crack on with the listening. All right, because I want to make sure that we get that done. Right, good question to finish on. What achievement are you most proud of? Okay, what achievement? Right, so just let me give you a bit of advice before you go into this, right? A great thing for you to say that you're proud of is your school results. Yeah, is your school grade. So when you're in an interview, because good school grades show that you worked hard, and hard work will make you want to be accepted into university or make you be accepted into a job. So simple thinking, isn't it? So I would always say, especially if you're a good student, that you're most proud of the grades that you got. Maybe in biology, you could say all of the sciences, you know, in mathematics, whatever. Or you can say just all of my grades, I was very happy because I worked so hard to get them. Yeah, see, that for me is an achievement. To get great grades is an achievement, so use it. Yeah, again, I'm teaching you what I would say. So for me, I would say, what am I most proud of? I'd say, oh, well, I got 8 A's to B's in GCSEs, I got 3 A levels, and I got a foundation degree as well as a security, and all of these things, I'd list them. But you, because you're obviously going into university trying to become a doctor, you're more likely, I suppose, to talk about the sciences. So, you know. Right, so what achievement are you most proud of? I'll give you a minute. I might give you a little bit longer for this one because it might be a bit difficult because it's talking about yourself. Oh God, I almost yawned on camera. Okay, Lita, are you ready almost? Brilliant. Okay. Right, so what achievement are you most proud of?
Get great grade at school because I really work hard for this. I read many books as I can to achieve this goal, and I hope that I can get new achievement that I feel proud of, which is become a doctor.
Brilliant. Well done. So what you've done there is you've obviously said what you're proud of, and then you're linking this interview to what you want to be proud of in the future, which is a great idea. So don't forget that. Every time you can link something back to the post you're applying for is a good thing. Every time. So whenever you can link it back to the job that you're applying for, or for you, the university you go into and the subject you want to study, you should. Brilliant. Right, I've just got a few notes for you, okay? Because I just want to take down some notes, right, while you're doing it. First of all, well done. Very happy with them. They do need work, but that's why we're here, so we can get you better at these. But yeah, better than the first time we did it. So that's good. Much better. Okay, your responses are brilliant, mostly, but they're just not long enough. Okay. Obviously, the later questions were, but the earlier questions, where your responses were excellent, just not long enough, I would say. And that is because your preparation time's needed, which we don't want. But practice. It's just practice, not to worry about. All that'll take is practice. Okay. Your vocabulary is excellent. Excellent. The range of words you're using, different uses of vocabulary is brilliant. You're not trying not to say the same word too many times in each answer. Cracking work, which is brilliant. Many ESL students, if they're talking about becoming a doctor, they will say the word doctor 50 times in that answer. Yeah, they don't want that. The one that really impressed me was your answer about doctor, and weirdly enough, it was what you were saying was brilliant and it was right, but it was in the wrong question, because you were talking about what was it, 3 things that you do as your hobbies, and from that you got from that you want to be a doctor because you want to help people, because most doctors are untrained, unqualified, and are in it for money, which is a brilliant point to make, but you made it in the wrong questions. All right. Yeah. So that question, if I go back on the questions, that question would have been under the first one. Why do you want to study this subject? Yeah. That's what that's under. That's it. Okay. Or why do you want to be a doctor? That, that sort of question, that would be what you answer that under. But do not forget that response, because that response was cracking. It really was. Very good response. I was well impressed. Okay, but here's the big one. The big takeaway. Oh, by the way, you did get some words wrong, but usually when you're in a big, long speaking answer, I won't correct you unless I have to, like, incorrectly. The odd word here and there, I can forgive. Right, you struggle talking about yourself. That's the big problem. That's the problem. I don't think it's too much of a problem when you prepare, but I think when I'm asking you and you have to answer straight away, I think you really struggle. So that we're gonna keep doing a lot more of this. I'm sorry, I know it's boring, and I know you hate talking about yourself, but to get you to feel comfortable, we're just gonna have to keep doing it. Okay. I apologize for that, but there's really no other way I can do it. I can't. There's no other way we can do it. We have to do it this way. All right, and I know it'll work. All right. So forget that now. Forget the speaking. Now it's all on to the listening exam. Right. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, right. So can you see my screen now? Okay, right. So this is supposed to be a listening exam. But what I've done for you here is I'm actually going to let you read along with it. Okay, don't read it yet. Don't cheat. Don't you start reading it now. Or I'll take it off the screen. Right. So this is supposed to try and help you with your advanced levels of listening, because you're very good at listening. I would say you're advanced, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to take it slow. Make sure of the context that you're hearing before we can move on. Okay, you can read the script, but the next time we do an exam like this, it will just be listening. Okay, this is just to sort of like ease you into it. All right, I want to go. Okay, there we go. Right, so we can see from the start. Right, so I'll be the interviewer. Okay, and then I'll switch and say Maria. So I will read everything. Okay, you don't have to worry about reading. All you have to worry about is listening. Okay, right. Interviewer. Hello, Maria. Thanks for coming in for the interview. Maria. It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. Interviewer. Well, as you know, the company has been expanding and we have an opening in our HR department. We're creating a new role for someone to lead our training and development within the company. Yes, I very much think that my skills and experience are a good fit for what you're looking for. That sounds great. So, your CV looks strong, though it would be good if you could give us an overview in your own words of what you've been doing over the past 4 years. Okay, right, so stop there. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it again so you can take some notes. Okay, and now I'm going to take the screen off. I'm going to ask you the questions. And then we've got the second one, which is upper intermediate level there. And you can see that's even more difficult. So particularly, specialised, scope, diploma, specific, psychology, lots of difficult and long words here. And then the last one's even more difficult. It's advanced level. And it's very long. But if you don't try, you don't get. So I want to try it just to see how you get on. Right, so I'm going to read it one more time. Interviewer. Hello, Maria. Thanks for coming in for the interview. Maria. It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. Well, as you know, the company has been expanding and we have an opening in our HR department. We're creating a new role for someone to lead our training and development within the company. Yes, I very much think that my skills and experience are a good fit for what you're looking for. That sounds great. So, your CV looks strong. So it would be good if you could give us an overview in your own words of what you've been doing over the past 4 years or so. Okay, so just quickly before we move on, is everything in that conversation clear? Do you understand it all? Is there anything which you don't understand in that?
CV.
Okay, CV. So, what do you call a CV in Thailand?
Resume.
Resume, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, we don't use, right, it's a bit confusing, but CV is Latin. It stands for curriculum vitae, but we just say CV. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so that's resume. Okay, sorry, I forget you learn American English. And is that it though? HR is human resources as well. Human resources. Okay, but that's a very common initialism that you'll see HR. So remember it, human resources. Right, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. Question time. Let's have some fun. Right. So, are you ready? Okay. Sorry. There we go. What department is the job opening in?
HR.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you how many you got until the end, by the way, as well. I want to make sure that you're unsure and you can. I'm not going to tell you until the end how many you get. All right. Okay. What is the new role being created? What is the new role being created? These are not easy. This is intermediate. So the questions are going to get harder. Okay.
Training and development.
Good. Okay. Okay. Does Maria think she still has... Oh, sorry. Does Maria think that she has the skills for the job?
Yes.
Good. What does the interviewer want an overview of from Maria?
Who think she do over past 4 years or so?
Okay, right. So let's now move on to the upper intermediate level. So we are going to share my screen again. Right, I've got to get off that page because that was the answers. There we go. Okay, right. Good. Okay, so now we're on the upper intermediate part. Okay. So, Maria. Well, in my first job 4 years ago, I was working for a small HR services provider which offered HR services, including L&D, which means learning and development, to corporate clients. Right. And it says here, you then left the company about 3 years ago, Maria. Yes, that's right. I was looking for a little more stability and also to be part of a larger organisation. So I joined a company with around 100 staff and a small HR team. As there were only a few of us, we had to deal with a range of HR topics. In addition to payroll, one of the areas I was responsible for was learning and development. Interviewer. I see. And so why do you want to change jobs now? Maria. Well, I very much like the L&D side of my role, and I've always had a particularly good feedback for my work in this area. I believe I excel in the field, so I'm going to specialise. And as your company has around 2,000 people, right? Interviewer. Yes, that is right. Maria. Well, an organisation of this size would give me the scope to specialise in learning and development. I'm also a big follower of your brand and feel fully aligned with your images and values. Sorry, quite difficult, that one. Interviewer. Well, all that sounds good. And I can see that you have an L&D qualification. Yes, I got a diploma 2 years ago, and I'm also currently working on a further diploma in psychology with specific focus on learning and performance management. Right, so first of all, let's look through and go through the words, okay? Do you think it would help if you read it? If you read it with me?
I don't know, when I see this script, I just focus on it too much.
You're focusing on the script too much. Okay, very honest, but I'm going to leave it up. No, it's great honesty. Thank you for being honest. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind it being up. I still want you to do what we've been doing, if that's all right. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Oh, sorry, words. What words?
L&D.
Okay, L&D stands for learning and development. It basically means how employees get better. Okay. What about scope? Do you know scope? Scope means the size, the area of something. So in this term, Scope's talking about the scope of the business she wants to join, a big business. Okay. Specialize. No, I think that's it. I think you should be all right with the rest.
Diploma.
Oh, diploma is a university qualification, a university degree. What do you call a diploma in Thailand? Yeah. What's the word? Yeah, yeah.
It's a bachelor degree. It would be
Parinyatri. There you go. Bachelor's degree. Yeah, diploma. Right. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay. Okay. So, all right, let's get back onto my questions. Right. So you can't see my screen, can you?
I can't see.
Good. 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 Okay. Right. Next 4 questions. Who did Maria provide HR services to in her first job? Who did Maria? Oh, sorry.
Small HR service provider.
Okay. That is what she provided. What I'm asking you is, who did she provide the small HR services to? Did you write it down?
No.
Okay. Right. So we'll go back and I'm going to read it again. Okay. Because you had the first one twice. You should have this one twice. Okay. So this time I'm not going to show you the screen. All right. Like you said, you're getting distracted by it. So I'm not going to show you it. Right. Here we go. Maria. Well, in my first job 4 years ago, I was working for a small HR services provider, which offered HR services, including learning and development, to corporate clients. Interviewer. Right. And it says here that you then left that company about 3 years ago. Maria. Yes, that's right. I was looking for a little more stability and also to be part of a larger organization. So I joined a company with around 100 staff and a small HR team. As there were only a few of us, we each had to deal with a range of HR topics. In addition to payroll, one of these areas I was responsible for was learning and development. I see. And so why do you want to change jobs now? The interviewer said. Maria responds, well, I very much like the L&D side of my role, and I've always had particularly good feedback from my work in this area. I believe I excel in that field. So I'm looking to specialise. And as your company has around 2,000 people, right? The interviewer. Yes, that's right. Maria. Well, an organisation of this size would give me the scope to specialise in learning and development. I'm also a big follower of your brand and feel fully aligned with your image and values. Interviewer. Well, that all sounds good. And can I see you have a L&D qualification? Yes, Maria said. I got a diploma 2 years ago. I'm also currently working on a further diploma in psychology with a specific focus on learning and performance management. Difficult?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad it's difficult. It's supposed to be difficult. Okay, right. This is what we call this is what I call upper intermediate level. But my levels are a little bit lower than most. This is what I would call upper intermediate level, okay? Who did Maria provide HR services to in her first job?
Corporate client.
I can't tell you whether it's right or not, but you should tell by my face. Okay. Why did she leave her first job? If you don't know, you can always guess.
She looking for specialized.
Okay. She was looking to specialize. Okay. Okay, right, we'll move on to the next one. Just go write down your answers. Okay. Right. Number 3. Does Maria use the brand that she is interviewing for? Does Maria?
Yes.
Okay. What are Maria's qualifications?
Diploma.
In?
Physiology.
Anything else? Okay. That's all right. Right, so let's go. We're going to move on now to the advanced. And by the way, that wasn't as bad as you think it was, that last one. But don't worry, it wasn't bad at all. Okay, right, so back to the sharing screens. Okay, right, so here we are, advanced level. So you can see the screen now, yes? Good.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the advanced level, all right? So just try and take in as much as you can, read it to help you, underline any words that you don't know, okay? But the big thing with this is what you'll find is you will understand most of this. It's the amount of information that you are going to be getting given that you're going to struggle with. Okay, so it's learning what points to write down and what not to. Okay, that's why we're going to be doing these sort of things. Okay, so interviewer.